From the OU TV Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, California, this is Brief News Brief, a brief look at today's trending news topics, proudly combating the thought police since 2016. Here's your host, James Heaney.
I'm James Heaney, and this is your Brief News Briefing. China, China, China. Today, Trump said that a new trade deal with China might not come. Well, at least not until after the 2020 elections. This comes after nearly a year of cold trade war between the two biggest economies on Earth. Less than 2 months ago, he announced that a huge crackdown against China was imminent. Today, he suggested that further action could be away, and everything could change based on whether or not he is reelected. You want to get tough on China? 4 more years. 4 more years. 4 more years. In tweets, Trump accused China of delaying negotiations, and stock markets took a bit of a hit after the delay announcement. Influential business leaders are growing worried. What madness have we gotten ourselves into? In May, Trump said that we were on the verge of a historic deal. Now, all that's collapsed. Several chamber executives were in Beijing this month for talks with Chinese officials, warning them against waiting for a better deal after the 2020 elections. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and U.S. Trade Representative Robert E. Lighthizer? They're expected to meet with Xi before leaving Shanghai on Wednesday. What began with tariffs on steel last summer has metastasized into a massive trade conflict that has affected two of the most powerful engines in the global economy. Trump maintains the drawn-out conflict is mostly hurting China. Experts say the trade war is damaging the U.S. economy and possibly fueling a global showdown. Today, a law took effect in California that President Trump will be ineligible for California's primary ballot next year unless he discloses his tax returns. This is an unprecedented mandate that is almost certain to spark a high-profile court fight and might encourage other states to adopt their own unconventional rules for presidential candidates. The law requires all presidential candidates to submit 5 years of income tax filings. They must do so by late November in order to secure a spot on California's presidential primary ballot in March. Newsom said in a statement, as one of the largest economies in the world and home to one in 9 Americans eligible to vote, California has a special responsibility to require this information of presidential and gubernatorial candidates. Although it would keep a candidate off the March primary ballot, the new law does not appear to keep a candidate who refuses to disclose the information from appearing on the statewide ballot in November 2020's election. Access by the public and news media to a candidate's personal tax returns has been a touchstone of presidential politics for more than 4 decades. Trump bucked those rules and said, no way, no how, no way, no how, no way are you seeing my tax returns. California lawmakers have not been alone in their effort to force presidential candidates to hand over their tax forms. Legislators in 18 states have considered the issue in recent years. Show me the money, honey. Show me the money. Representative John Ratcliffe has been nominated to be the next director of national intelligence. And this comes after the weekend when the current director of national intelligence, Dan Coats, announced that he's going to be stepping down within days. Trump said today from the White House lawn that the intelligence agencies have run amok. The nomination of John Ratcliffe has drawn immediate opposition from Senate Democrats and lukewarm support from key Republicans. The junior congressman might not sail smoothly to confirmation. Current and former intelligence officials said that Ratcliffe is the least qualified person ever nominated to oversee the country's intelligence agencies. Some question if he will use the position to serve Trump's political interests. Chuck Schumer from the Senate floor Monday called Ratcliffe a 3-term Tea Party congressman who, when he goes on television, appeals to the president's sense of stridency and partisanship. Representative Ratcliffe lacks the experience required to lead an intelligence agency, much less the entire intelligence community. Wow, those are pretty harsh words. Ratcliffe is part of a faction of Republican lawmakers who have long speculated that the Mueller probe and the preceding FBI counterintelligence investigation into possible Russian ties to the Trump campaign could be a product of a bureaucratic conspiracy. So, Trump nominated the Russian conspiracy is a conspiracy guy to run the American intelligence agencies.